Hi guys, I am back with the 5th installment of the Then and Now series. There's only one left, which you are getting tomorrow morning, coming up. And today I am coloring the super adorable Mini Frankenstein. And I really like him. I went in with a more yellowish green color for his skin this time. Kind of monsters. I wanted it not to be too bright. And also I wanted to kind of emphasize his forehead because he has a bulging forehead, and in the previous card I didn't really emphasize it. Also, I wanted him to be a little bit lighter, so I added some BG90s as the lightest color. It wasn't the perfect marriage between the YG61 and the BG90, so I do the tip-to-tip method to kind of make them blend a little bit better on his face. I thought I wanted to talk a bit also about the whole series. I wanted to kind of emphasize that the reason for the series is two reasons. One being that I wanted to kind of show myself the progress that I have made for the past 2 years. Also, I wanted to show people that you can really progress, because I have really progressed in my coloring for the last 2 years, and I want to show that it is possible to develop your coloring a lot, that all you need to do is practicing. But at the same time, I'm not saying that any of the cards that I made wasn't beautiful, because one of the reasons why I chose to use this card series for this Then and Now is that I really love my Then cards. I really like how they turned out, and I have been very proud of them for a very long time. I'm just showing that you can take that to even a higher level, and I'm hoping that in 2 years' time I can dig these images out and I can do a similar Then and Now series, and I have progressed even more. But I really love both my Then and the Now images that I have done, because I don't know, I just felt that we concentrate so much about the now. Sometimes you have to look back and kind of figure, look, it has gone forward. So yeah, just wanted to put that in there, that there's nothing really wrong with my previous images. It's just that I have been able to actually build on my coloring skills, and that this is why I'm using these stamps, and that I love them. These are my favorite stamps so far, and have been since I found them, because I love Halloween, I love cute and cuddly, and these are just perfect. And I love this designer who makes the stamps that are really gorgeous. And by the way, I don't know if I told you, the images are by Make It Crafty, if you haven't seen the rest of the series. And by the way, I do have a little annotation for a card thingy. They actually also work on mobile, if you're on mobile, and that is a link to the whole playlist if you haven't seen the previous videos in the series, so you can look at them back to back if you want to. Yeah. For the rest of the image, I just tried to hype up all my shadows, and I added some rust to his little screws in his head, because there was things I wanted to kind of emphasize. And then I'm just cutting him out. Again, I'm doing my kind of softer corners to his hair, and it really does help for the paper not to split, but also it makes him a little bit more cuddlier. It makes him a little bit more softer than he was. I'm also using my Martha Stewart craft knife to cut out that little slit between his legs, so that he gets the same kind of border everywhere. I'm going to use the Happy Halloween sentiment from the Booyah stamp set by Lawn Fawn. I have stacked them upon each other this time, because the cards are too small, so they will fall on each side, and this time I wanted it to stay in the card. So I'm gonna stamp that in some Lawn Fawn black ink into the corner of that paper, which also comes from the same paper pack. I wanted to make a little bit more layered card today, not just that single pattern paper. So I'm using the pumpkins from the previous card that I made, just the sliver that was left, and that was 2 inches by 3 inches. So I'm cutting down a mat that is just 1/8 of an inch bigger on each side. Then I'm using this also this paper, which is the back side of one of the papers I already used for this. So it was 3 inches by 6 inches, and I cut it down to 4 inches. And then I'm also matting that little sentiment to give it a delimiter that helps it to stand out from these very busy pattern papers. So I'm starting by adding this simple dotted paper because it is a little bit simpler. It isn't as busy. So I'm using that as my background, and then I'm just adding a little bit of that pumpkin paper, and that helps the image to stand out against it, that it's not covering the whole. And then just layering the Happy Halloween on top with a little sliver of border, and onto my card base that I made from some Nina 80. And then with some 3M foam tape I'm adding little Frankenstein on top of the card, and that makes the card for today. I hope you liked it. If you do, please thumbs it up, it means a lot to me. If you have any questions, just comment down below, and down below you can find all the details to the cards and links to my blog where you find images of both cards, and here is 2 annotations for other videos in the series. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!